Got anything, mate? So can you give us a... Yeah, that's all.
Yep. Welcome to round 9 of the Lower Southwest football season here at Bridgetown Sports Ground this afternoon. Beautiful weather, barely any wind, blue skies. Second plays third. Imperials and Bridgetown, some big team news. No Josh Power for the home side and no Brandy Armstrong for Imperials as we start the first quarter. Tight in the middle early. Good chance here to break. Wheatley it is for the Bulldogs. Gets out to this near side wing, gets it in the hands of the veteran Mitchell. Mitchell goes up towards half forward. And it's Wilson who wheels around quickly onto his right foot, sends him inside 50 for the first time. Big contest down there. Tilby at the front, snaps on his right. Goal umpire likes this. It's an early one to Bridgetown, courtesy of Matt Tilby in the unusual position of roving a marking contest rather than being in the thicker one. Well done, Bridgetown. Good clearance, good movement to get that footy out to this near side. Well done, Wilson. Got onto that right foot quickly. Sent it inside 50. Good contest from the Bridgetown forwards, and Matt Tilby does the rest. Early on, Bridgetown, 1 goal straight, 6. Imperials yet to score. Tyre Power Manjimup, round 9 action. Footy back in the middle. It's Connor McCamish in the middle doing the ruck work for the Bulldogs. Brisbane out there for Imperials. Good contest. Brisbane now with a chance. Gets the handball out wide. Follows up his own work. Brisbane getting involved heavily. He's got the ball all the way inside their forward 50 without a clean possession. Now they get the chance to drive forward. Mayers sends it forward. Malentis. Going to be the right pocket for him, but he actually goes inside. And, geez, they were queuing up there, Imperials. I think they thought Malentis might have a go there himself. Some loose checking. Mayers could have taken that. Ended up being called out of it by Gizzarelli. And Gizzarelli now, a chance to put an early one on the board for Imperials and lock things up in the early going here at Bridgetown Sports Ground. Gizzarelli spinning the footy as he comes in. Lines up. Goal umpire's pretty happy with that one as well. And Imperials do have the early answer. Bridgetown, 1 goal straight. Imperials, 1 goal straight. Tyre Power Manjimup. Football action here from the Bridgetown Sports Oval. Close contest in the reserves. I think Bridgetown got up by about 4 points in that one, and apologies, we're running a little bit late. The day's just got a little behind as it's worn on, but who can complain when we're sitting here in the sunshine? Thank you to Bridgetown. They put us up in the steward's box and there's stairs so BK could actually get up. Ruckman go at it again. Brisbane out the back. McCamish looks for somewhere to go. And, in fact, the umpires picked out a free kick quickly to Mitchell. Mitchell drives them up towards half forward. Toby Ward gets goal side of his defender. Just needs to get a handle on this one. Can't. Now the cavalry arrive. Ward still at the bottom of the pack. Picked up by Wilson. Wilson drives them forward. Bounces into the goal square. Danger times now for Imperials. And, in the end, the ball beats them across the boundary line. Masters down there as the ball tracked towards the boundary line for Bridgetown in that forward pocket. Kai Robertson down inside 50 as well, the young guy, young gun, in fact. And we're going to have that one again from the boundary umpire. About 10 metres around from that near side point post. Good chance early for Bridgetown. Field umpire might just want to grab this and deal with it. We've had 2 goes. No, we're gonna have another one from the boundary. Into play it comes. Tilby at the front. And a quick shot at goal there for Bridgetown. It's missed to this near side. We'll just pick up the kicker there for you. While they never turn around when you want them to. Thank you, Cale Patton. So Imperials to bring the footy back into play. Been an entertaining first couple of minutes. 1 goal, 1. Bridgetown, 7. Imperials, 1 goal straight, 6. Imperials, as they often do, coming out wide. Wilson, no. Did he double grab that? The boundaries had a blow of the whistle. Wilson's pretend he didn't hear a thing and tried to play on. Umpire's going to come back. We'll have a chat about it and see if it was on the second grab or the first. Yes, they are. Good umpiring. And in fact, they have paid the mark. So Wilson will drive the Bulldogs deep into attack once again, right to the goal square. Big contest down there, and there's a hand over the shoulder, and it's going to be Masters from the top of the goal square. Definite hand over the shoulder there from our angle. Front on to that contest. You could see the hand coming over the top. Masters, regulation kick for him, surely. Had a go at kicking it into the man on the mark's fingers there, but just cleared. And in fact, it has gone through for a point. So Bridgetown, 1-8 in the early going. Imperials, 1 goal straight. Tyre Power Management League, round 9 action from Bridgetown Sports Oval. With filming footy, Imperials look to bring the ball back into play again. This time comes a fair way out the square and goes straight up the middle, and Colby Beebe takes a diving mark. Gets the handball on quickly. Back to Beebe. He now looks straight into the middle of the ground. Aggressive kick. Mayers is there. Does well. Gets it out to the wing now. They do like to bring it wide when they get the opportunity. Johnson's out here. Goes inside 50. Just clears Melendez. Another opportunity for Johnson. Might have been taken without it there, but no whistle. Now we got stacks on. Umpire comes in and says, I will have this one. Couple of opportunities for Jordan Johnson there. McCamish over the top of Brisbane. Johnson gets the quick handball away. Raymond Mayer sends it forward, but it's touched off the boot. Deep inside 50 now, opportunity for Imperials. Bridgetown tidy up at the back. Crunching tackle over the boundary line. Good forward pressure there from Mason Goodrich down there. Fantastic tackle pressure. Locks the footy into that Imperials forward 50. And they'll have another opportunity to hit the scoreboard themselves. McCamish doing the ruck work there with Danks this time. And this time it's Mayers, so they're sharing out. In fact, that's surely high, yes. Slightly delayed whistle, but the kick came. Jordan Johnson, he's been busy early, and he will go back and shoot on goal from about 40 by the time he kicks it. I won't talk about him being on the wrong side for a right footer, because it'll probably turn out he's another one of these Imperials left footers. Let's have a look now. We're right, almost behind the kick. Johnson comes in, sends it goalward. Contest at the top of the square. Dropped on the line. Charlie Waderman picked it up. Almost buried the goal umpire, and I think it's the Imperials goal umpire down there. So that's a good way to not have a goal paid, is to kick the ball straight into the goal umpire, but nothing you could do about that. It was point blank range. Ball fell at the back of the pack. Waderman reacted quickest, picked it up, got it on the boot, and Imperials 2 goals straight now lead Bridgetown 1-8. Early going, entertaining game, some really back and forth action. As you would expect, second versus third. Imperials will be looking for their first big scalp. They've played really well this season, but the one thing they haven't done is beaten either of the sides in first or second. They get the opportunity to do that today, and it's been a bright start from Wayne Barden's side. Jake Rogers with some... don't even know what colour to call those boots, but he sends them forward, back up towards the 50. Another opportunity, and there's a push out. And it's going to be Waderman. He's had a bright start to this game. Man on the mark's right on the 50. Waderman sends it inside, misdirected. And in fact, now we're going to see 50. So Hugh Mitchell, the experienced Hugh Mitchell, takes the saving mark back there inside 50. Now he gets a 50. Plays on quickly, drives it to the outer side. Really good movement over there from Jacob Duncan. You could see what they were trying to do, and Mitchell played on quickly and tried to get it out there to him, but couldn't quite. Now they drive it inside forward 50. Big chance for Masters. bounces off his boot, goes out of bounds, inside forward 50, so we won't see a last disposal free kick. Good ball movement there. Obviously, the 50 put some of the Imperials structure out of place, and Bridgetown moved the ball really quickly then, and all of a sudden they've turned defence into attack. They're inside 50, and a chance for them to hit the scoreboard. Driven forward from that throw-in, and Bridgetown hit the scoreboard, albeit of the minor variety. And that was Davies having a flying shot at goal. He's been in good form for Bridgetown this year. Won the match ball against in the belt-up round. As we see Robertson drive them back inside 50. They set themselves masters. Toby Ward goes after it, supported by Tilby. Goes with the handball back. Tilby round the corner. And that has evaded the Imperials man on the line. Tilby hits the scoreboard for the second time. Bridgetown, 2 goals, 2 according to the scoreboard. Imperials, 2 goals straight, 12. And an entertaining first quarter here. Ty Power managed them up action. Once again, Bridgetown got the points in the Retrovision manage 'em up reserves game that preceded this one. Entertaining game of footy and less than a goal in it. In fact, I think it was a goal at the end. Beautiful day for footy down here. As Brisbane this time to do battle with Kobe Goff. Slap backwards for Imperials. They get the chance to break through Danks. Inside 50 in a heartbeat. Round the corner it goes. From Goodrich into the square. Reacting quickly, Mayers. Toe poke off the ground. There's the answer from Imperials. They move to 3 goals straight. Bridgetown, 2 goals to the home side. And once again, 2 goals now that have dropped at the back of a pack for Imperials and been just a quick reaction from the Imperials forwards. 2 goals from very, very deep in the goal square. Certainly closer to the goal line than the top of the square. Bridgetown probably wouldn't be super happy giving away, or seeing 2 goals conceded in that manner. Morgan Price and his team. Ball back in the middle. Rocks go at it again. Danks in the middle. He's been busy early. I think Danks has had a haircut, and that's causing all sorts of confusion. I'm actually having to call him by his jumper number. Rucks once again go at it in the middle of the ground. Danks on the move, but it falls to Davies. Davies now drives Bridgetown inside. Well done back there by Toyo. Gets the footy, drives Imperials back up to that outer side wing where Hall chases after it. I think the boundary's beaten them all. Will it be a last disposal? Will the boundary umpire toss this one back into play? It's going to be with the boundary umpire. We got Max East over there this time with McCamish. Mitchell now drives a handball forward. Chopped off though. Danks. But it falls with Duncan, who takes the saving mark. Drives across the ground now. A switch from Bridgetown. Well figured out. James McAllendon takes the mark. Drives out towards this near side wing. And it's Sam Doherty. He drives it up to centre wing proper. And it's Cale Patton who marks. Sends up towards half forward. Robertson. Nice little chain of kick mark here. Up towards the 50, and it's Wilson who comes out and marks this one. Wilson now. This is the kick. Drives it up towards the top of the square. Big contest. Fall of the ball. Well defended back there by Hancock. Touched over the line. One behind the outcome for Bridgetown. And Imperials a chance now to bring the footy back into play. Drives it well outside 50. That's a great kick, and it's landed with Jordan Johnson. He's been busy early. Drives it now to that outer side wing. Well done, Waderman. Just edged his opponent under the footy, and inside 50 straight away for Imperials from the kick out from behind. Malentis gets the handball away. Nice little spot-up kick, and Gizzarelli from a pretty similar position to where he's kicked his first. He will have a chance at his second. Imperials fourth in the first quarter of this Tyre Power Management Up League clash. Gizzarelli lines up. Plenty of advice from his Bridgetown opponents, as you would expect. Leans back on this one and misses to the far side for us. Camera position up here in the steward's box at Bridgetown. Bridgetown bring the footy back into play. As we see the scoreboard now, 2 goals 4 Bridgetown, 3 goals 1 Imperials. Ball's on this near side wing. Mitchell drives Bridgetown forward. Great tackle, Wilson. Fantastic to see then. Really good, solid tackle, but protected the player as in line with the expectations of the AFL community in 2026. Great tackle, hard tackle, but looked after his opponent as well. And the umpire once again says, I'll have this one. Nicely flicked over the back there by Goff. Great bit of ruck work. But it's for naught as the ball gets tied up once again, and the Rucks will go at it one more time. This time it'll be East contesting with Goff. Ball drops, we get another pack. Umpire blows his whistle and says, nope, you're just not doing it here, boys. And the umpire will have another go at chucking this one up and see if we can clear this little bit of congestion at half forward for Bridgetown. Davies tries to get clear, wrapped up once again. Great tackle. And we will have yet another go at half forward for Bridgetown. Again, we get stacks on. Umpire calls for it. Great bit of ruck work there again from Goff. Deft hands, and he's putting the ball really where he wants to. McAllendon drives it deep inside 50 now for Bridgetown. Big tackle from Masters. Almost got through there, Bridgetown, but nicely wrapped up. I think that was Waters that almost broke through the traffic there and ran into an open goal, but nice saving tackle from Imperials. Robertson gets wrapped up. He's been a live wire early going in this game. Early in his league career, still playing Colts footy. Tilby gets the handball out. Mitchell goes left, goes right. Falls back to Tilby. Bounces, misses. Tilby's been busy early. He's got Bridgetown's 2 goals. Hits the scoreboard again, this time with a minor score. Scoreboard's telling us that Bridgetown have got 3 goals. Either the scoreboard is wrong or I don't know who kicked the third, because I've said Tilby 2 and that's it. Players set themselves on this near side. Great mark, Waderman. Waderman plays on, looks inboard. Nicely figured out by Imperials. Goodridge gets onto his right foot, drives it up towards half forward. Nicely worked under the ball. Gizzarelli didn't hold the mark though. Bridgetown a chance to mop up. And the umpire will call for it one more time. Half forward for Imperials. Bright start to this game from both sides, but Imperials be wrapped. Danks twists one way, twists the other, now gets it onto the boot, drives it forward. I think it's Mayers. It is, just outside 50. Drives it inside. Malentis. He will kick from about 40 on that trusty, yes, left foot. Kane Malentis. He'll kick from, in fact, just beyond 40. Man on the mark's probably 40 out. Malentis. Slow and deliberate with his approach. Almost directly in front. Umpire calls play on as he wheels around onto that left-hand side. Kick starts left, stays left. Another behind for Imperials. They move to 3 goals 2. Scoreboard says Bridgetown are 3 goals 5. I still think they're 2 goals 5, but let's let the goal umpires figure that out at quarter time. Bridgetown bring the footy back into play. Drive the ball straight up to that centre wing. Good movement there. Now they've got the overlap. Kyle Wilson picks it up, sprints inboard, drives it long, deep inside 50. Masters comes up to meet it, can't hold the mark. Toby Ward at ground level. Wilson waits for an opportunity. Imperials get the footy out. They may survive through Corey Johnson. They do. Comes out to Mitchell. Hugh Mitchell drives it long, back inside 50. Top of the goal square, Masters. Colby Beebe gets the handball away for Imperials. Chance to mop up. Comes back out towards the boundary. Beebe drives it up towards half back. This time it's Wheatley drives it to the top of the square. They've gone there a lot. Tilby couldn't hold on there. Big pack of players. And again, Imperials with the chance to clear. But again, chopped off. This time by Kyle Wilson. Wilson drives it back inside 50. And again, Imperials survive. Drive it back into the centre square. And Mason Goodrich sends the ball out just a little bit wider. They go tack around that outer side. Gizzarelli just eludes him. Heading out towards the contest, Jordan Johnson for Imperials. Big tackle there. Gizzarelli in the middle of it, as is, that's Davies if we can pick him up. Ball toss back in the air. Rucks go at it again. Mitchell, he's been superb in this first quarter. Drives it up. Wilson gets tackled high. Play on advantage. Wilson takes a bounce. Drives it inside 50. Masters. And Masters will line up. About 25 out. 45-degree angle. Will Masters. Right in front of the scoreboard here at Bridgetown. Sends it straight over the goal umpire's head. That's his first. And Bridgetown's, well, according to me, third. According to the scoreboard, fourth. We'll find out in about 5 or 10 minutes' time who's right. Bridgetown get together and a little huddle in the middle there. Wheatley, Mitchell, Connor McCamish in the ruck. One down to the front. Strong tackle. Imperials wanted too high, but McCamish wins the footy for holding the ball. Goes backwards to Mitchell. Mitchell drives it forward. Opportunity for Robertson, just eludes him. Driven forward by Wilson. Into the square again, to that top of the square position. Well, we got the World Cup coming up in a couple of weeks, and Tilby decided, why wait? He kicks his third. 3 in the first quarter for Tilby. Bridgetown consistently attacking that top of the goal square position, and Tilby bringing it to ground. That time it was brought to ground, and he got on the end of it with a nice little volley out of midair. So Tilby has 3. Entertaining start from him. Fantastic game of footy unfolding in this first quarter. Rucks go at it again. East. For Imperials in the ruck now. Ball goes inside 50. Another chance for Bridgetown. Colby Beebe tries to clear the danger. Doesn't. McAllendon drives it deeper inside 50. Tilby. Not again. Snaps over that right shoulder. Nope, doesn't quite. Falls in front of goals. Picked up by Masters. And Masters from about 5 metres out near the point post. And he has kicked truly. His second. And in the last 5 or 6 minutes, some danger signs here. Bridgetown just getting on top in the last 10 minutes. A couple of back-to-back goals. Tilby and Masters down there on fire. Bridgetown really attacking that area at the top of the goal square and then getting to work at ground level. The impressive thing for the Bridgetown side when they're getting down there is even their big, Tilby, who you'd think be the one that's crashing the pack and bringing the ball to ground. He's got busy at ground level. And the tactic is working beautifully, attacking the top of the square like that, because they now have their 5th. Imperials have 3. Entertaining first quarter. Now another chance. Max Wilson drives Bridgetown forward. It's near the 50 on this near side. Danks thought about a kick, went with the handball to Mayers. Mayers weaves out of trouble. Well done. He's improved out of sight this year. He was a good player last year. I think he's gone to another level this year. And now Imperials a chance. They go straight up the middle. Really aggressive kick. Will it work out for them? It's Johnson there. He gets tackled and turned around. Ghizzarelli was waiting for the handball. Didn't quite come off. Now a chance to springboard for Bridgetown. Diving mark down there. It's Reece Waters. Reece Waters straight up the middle. Hits Tilby on the lead. And when Tilby gets on the lead like that, you're not moving him. You're not getting in front of him. Just got that couple of metre break that a key forward loves to get. And Tilby, I think for the first time, will actually line up from directly in front. He'll kick from about 45. Don't think the distance will be an issue for Tilby. And incredibly enough, he's going for his 4th and we haven't hit quarter time. Tilby kicks from just inside the 50. Sends it long. Goal umpire has a good long hard look at that one. 1 behind the result to Bridgetown. Imperials a chance to bring the footy back into play. It's going to be Bo Morgan. Bring the footy back in for Imperials. They come to this near side. Danks sets himself. Punched away there by Sam Doherty. And now we get a holding the man free kick. Being Imperials free kick. And it's Hall who drives that outer side. They don't mind attacking the wings, this Imperial side. And now they go back inboard. Booted forward by Wheatley, however. Contest at the 50. Chance for Imperials. It's Ward at ground level. Hovers over it. Gets tackled. Gets it free. Hall lurking for Imperials. Bridgetown player went down there. Now it's out towards this outer side wing. Johnson picks up, gets tackled, evades, gets the handball back. And now they find Jordan Johnson out on that far side wing. He drives it to the 50. Wademan sets himself. Doherty over the top. Holding the ball, the result. And it'll be Tim Mayers having a shot at goal. About a 45-degree angle. He's just crossed the 50 now, so he'll kick from about 40 from where I was sitting. I can't see the man on the mark. I've got a light tower right in front of me, but Mayers lines them up. Kicks from about 48, sends it almost to the teeth of goal. At the front of the pack, Malentis gets on that left boot, turns the corner. Imperials have their 4th. Malentis has his 1st. And 3 of Imperials' 4 goals have come from within 5 metres of the goal line. Tyre power management up action here at Bridgetown Sports Ground. Entertaining first quarter from these two sides. Second against third. Imperials looking for their biggest scalp of the season. They've got 4 on the board in the first quarter. Bridgetown scoreboard now reads 5 goals, 6. Don't want to rub it in, but turns out BK was right all along. Tilby has 3. Masters has 2. Ball goes up in the middle. Imperials, they break. Drive it deep inside forward 50. Big contest. It gets to the top of the square. Malentis turns. Almost got onto that left boot. Last minute tackle there. Probably saved the goal. Once Malentis turns like that and gets onto that lethal left foot, that was almost in the scorebook. But big last-ditch tackle there from Bridgetown. as the siren goes. And at quarter time, Tyre Power management up action. It's 5 goals 6-36 to 4 goals 2-26. 10-point margin here at quarter time, at a time to thank some of our sponsors today. Of course, competition sponsor, naming right for this Lower Southwest Football League, Management Up Tyre Power, sponsoring Filming Footy and supporting what we do here and bringing these games to us on YouTube. We've got Great Southern Fuels, AFGRI, Delta Ag, Kimberley Accommodation Group, UTF Trailers, Corrigan Hotel, Wild Gravel, Alum Lube, Dartfish, Archie Stongs, Omnibus, Gallagher, Premium Grains, and of course the Manjimup Gateway Hotel and the Pemberton Hotel. They've been some fantastic supporters of the Lower Southwest Football League. The recent takeover of Pemberton by the team that's behind the Manjimup Gateway Hotel. As the teams come in for their quarter time huddle, we'll take a quick break. 5 goals 6-36. Bridgetown Imperials 4-2-26. 10 points to margin. Entertaining game of footy coming up.
Clear.
Nice.
You're on.
Welcome back to Bridgetown Sports Oval, second quarter of this round 9 Manjimup Tyre Power League clash between Bridgetown and Imperials. You're joined by Operations Manager for the Lower Southwest Football League, Berin Karks. Weaver got a better offer today. He's up calling the North Melbourne Dockers game up at Hands Oval. So apologies, you got second best once again, but comes off the boot of an Imperials player there, actually ends up just outside the 50. Beebe, the unlucky player, and the last disposal rule comes into play. Kai Robertson will have an early, well, I don't think he'll shoot, he's about 60 out, but he looks in forward, goes to Wilson. He spins round onto his right, initially looking for Tilby, but Masters ended up getting there and making a contest. Ward's at the middle of it as well. Chance now to clear. Danks is there as well for Imperials. Mayers did really well. Geez, he's come along in the last 12 months. Fantastic young player, Mayers. Straight in towards the middle of the ground. Opportunity now. They drive it back through a handball to Rogers. Rogers goes out wide. Imperials love going out to that wing position. Inside 50 now, and they straighten up. Chance. Kyle Wilson can settle things down for Bridgetown. Kicks it up towards centre half back for the Bulldogs. Contest. Big one, this one. Driven out by Bridgetown. Out to this near side wing. Robertson. He's got Beebe for company. That's a fascinating battle, those two. Imperials drive it up the Magpies. Johnson a chance. Ball won't sit for him. Mitchell now a chance to tidy up for Bridgetown. Spearing pass. Brett Wilson still inside the centre square. Now he drives it inside 50. Masters underneath the footy. But someone got a shove. I think it was Tilby at the back there. Big shove in the back for one of the Imperials players who was coming into the contest from behind. And now they drive it up towards half back, near side. Wademan flew for it, and in the end he actually touched it, which cost Mayers a mark. They clean it up though, drive it right in towards the true middle of the ground. Big contest this. Hall's there for the Magpies. Bridgetown win it. Kick inside 50, just a little bit long for Wilson, and it's tidied up by Bo Morgan back there. He's been a real find for Imperials this year. That time, the kick didn't really help Wilson. Carried, Morgan took the saving mark, and again now we see Imperials go out to that far side wing. Drive it inside forward, 50. Attempted spoil over the back, but it was an unrealistic attempt. They've got one out the back. Gizzarelli now runs to the goal line. Goal for Imperials. His second unrealistic spoiling attempt over on that far side in front of the scoreboard from the Bridgetown defender. Handball over the top, set Gizzarelli away. Gizzarelli puts the 5th on the board for Imperials. Bridgetown, 5 goals, 6, 36. The Magpies, 5 goals, 2, 32. Early going of this second quarter for Manjimup Tyre Power. The ball use from these two teams has been fascinating. Bridgetown seem to want to move the ball as quickly as possible. Imperials love going out towards the wing and then bring it back into the middle once they're inside 50 or with that last kick. Fascinating contrast of styles at the moment that we're seeing. Now a chance to break. Does break the tackle. Well done, Danks. Drives Imperials back inside forward 50. Marking contest. Gizzarelli again's away. Gets onto his left. Back-to-back goals, Imperials. Gizzarelli has 3. And Imperials, after looking under pressure late in that first quarter, have hit back and now have a 2-point lead. Bridgetown, the home side, 5 goals, 6, 36. The Magpies, 6 goals, 2, 38. Gizzarelli has 3, and we're only a couple of minutes into the second quarter. At the other end of the ground, Tilby also has 3. Masters with 2. Wademan, Malentis, and Timmy Mayers with the other goals for Imperials. Ball up in the middle of the ground. Imperials drive the ball forward by hand. Still in the centre square. Robertson. In fact, it's gone down towards Robertson now. Colby Beebe, as he's worn him for much of this game. Robertson, high tackle, surely. 55 out. Morgan, nothing intentional there, just got him high as Robertson went to get round him. Robertson now drives it to the top of the square. Fantastic contest back there for Imperials. Umpire calls play on. Well done back there by Sam Hancock. It's going to come back in though. It's going to come back in with Kyle Wilson. About 25 out, 45 degree angle. Robertson, wonderful snap. Just misses to the near side. So Imperials, chance to bring the ball back into play. They lead by 1. 5 goals, 7, the home side, 37. 6 goals, 2, 38, the Magpies. Ball goes out to that outer side once again. Corey Johnson out there gets wrapped up. Umpire says, I will have it. Ward thought he might sneak away with it there, but no doing. Umpire will toss it up, outer side wing. Good work there from Wheatley, won it down. Don't think the Rucks were really ready for a contest out on that side of the ground. Big contest here to win. McAllendon at the bottom of it. And the umpire calls for it one more time. Just inside the centre square, ever so slightly Imperial side of the ground, but that quickly changes. Bridgetown drive it out towards this near side. Once again, we see Colby Beebe and Kai Robertson go at it. One out by Imperials, get the handball away, but it spills back. Big Kyle Wilson drives Bridgetown forward, but it's chopped off by Hancock. In fact, Bo Morgan down here for Imperials. And right on the edge of this rear end of the centre square for Imperials, drives it up towards half forward. Gizzarelli, interesting, just let's say slapped it over the top. Johnson now with a chance. Jordan Johnson there for Imperials. Ball gets wrapped up one more time. Umpire comes in and says, give it to me. And the Rucks will do their thing. Brisbane is there for Imperials. Goes to work with McCamish. And we get another chance to see Angus Brisbane and Connor McCamish do their thing for their respective sides. This time it's slapped clear of the pack. Umpire will be thanking him for that, except it tracked straight out like a missile towards him, and everyone almost ran him over. Jacob Duncan now clears for Bridgetown, drives it out towards that outer side wing. It's a foot race. And it's a dangerous one for Bridgetown because they've got goal side. It's Patton. Sends it inside 50, straight to Masters. Didn't have to break stride. Hit him on the chest. He'll shoot from about 25 metres, 45 degree angle on the far side of the ground. Will Masters, superb lead. That foot race was always problematic for Imperials if the footy did sit for Patton, which it did, because he was offensive goal side of his Imperials opponent, and then nothing between him and Masters. Masters lines up, sends it goalward. He now has 3. Masters has 3. Tilby has 3. Bridgetown have 6. They move to 6 goals, 7. 43. The Magpies, 6 goals, 2. 38. Wonderful first half of footy this, between second and third on the Tyre Power Manjimup League ladder. Perfect conditions, sun's out, it's not too hot, it's not cold, barely a wisp of breeze up here at Bridgetown. I know I said down here before, I'm from Bunbury, called it up here this time for our Manjimup listeners. Ball back in the middle, Bridgetown, work it away, Patton again, drives it half forward, and this time, Kai Robertson gets the better of his opponent. Back to Patton. Patton drives it long. Guess where? Almost the top of the square. Carries just a little too long. And it has gone out of bounds. It missed Tilby. Missed the point post. As the boundary umpire fetches it from the car park. And we will have a throw in deep inside forward 50 for the Bulldogs. Field umpire wisely waves the boundary. Let's bring this one in a few metres. One over the back by Tilby. Umpire's paid a hold, and it's going to Davies. About 15 metres out. Tiny angle on that far side of the ground. Davies will line up. Almost point-blank range, surely. Davies sets himself. Goal umpire likes it. Bridgetown have their 7th. Davies has his 1st. Davies heads back towards the middle. And it's been a real game of fluctuating momentum here. We saw pretty tight first couple of minutes. Then Imperials got on top, and Bridgetown probably owned the last 10 minutes or much of the last 10 minutes of the first quarter. Bridgetown owned, or Imperials owned, the first 5 minutes of the second quarter, and now we've seen Bridgetown put a couple of goals back to back as they just draw the ascendancy. Ruck's back in the middle. Comes out the back to Rogers. Rogers drives Imperials inside 50, just. Bridgetown had the footy down there, but a really good tackle. Danks wanted to play on and steal it, but it was Malentis, I think, out there. He will kick from right on 50. In fact, not Malentis, Waderman. Sends it goalward. And working his way to the front is Malentis. So there we go. Error from Baron Kark's calling, or did I just know what was going to happen? The ball has gone from Waderman to Malentis, who will get onto this left foot. He'll kick from about 10, 15 metres out, 45 degree angle. We're right behind this one. And Malentis answers for Imperials. He kicks his 2nd. And we've got a game here.
Okay.
Thank you. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Wonderful first half of footy so far. Tilby with 3 goals. Masters with 3 goals. Disarelli with 3 goals. Momentum swinging back and forth like a pendulum. Imperials answered just when it appeared that Bridgetown were getting on top of this one. Bridgetown President Steve Holdsworth with a very nicely timed Coke Zero up here in the box. Welcome, Steve.
There you go, mate.
Very good. You're escaping Ladies' Day. I bet.
Collecting the eggs later.
Bridgetown in a heartbeat. Inside 50. Contest in the square. Beebe just runs it across the line. We heard the groan there from the Bridgetown President. Thought maybe it was a little bit of deliberate in that. Umpire doesn't agree, and we'll see a throw in. Of course, the last throw in near the point post on the other side of the ground led to a successful excursion for Bridgetown down there and a goal. This time it's Waters, gets the handball free. Davies almost away. Ball just wouldn't quite sit for him. All sorts of pressure. And the boundary line beats them all. Another chance for Bridgetown to get set up. Tilby puts the hand up and says, I got this one, boys. Wilson lurking at the front. Imperials win it, but there's Wilson on cue. Gets onto his left foot. Into the goal square. Masters is there. Ball actually bounces back away from the goals. Robertson with his back to goal. Waters onto his right foot. And Waters has missed. 7 goals, 8, 50, the home side. 7 goals, 2, 44, the Magpies. And a chance one more time for Hancock to bring the ball back into play for the Magpies. Goes short and not as wide as we've seen them on some occasions. Nice safe kick, little 30-metre chip. It's Hall. He drives them up towards half back. That's too wide. It's cleared them all, gone out of bounds. No need for the last disposal rule there. That was out on the full. And it'll be Doherty to bring it back into play for the Bulldogs. Goes for Tilby. Again, just that little bit too long for him. Hancock marks over the back. He's had a fantastic first half back there, Hancock. Now looks for that safe little chip. The ground opens up. Imperials, a chance to exit 50. Drive it towards this near side wing. And Mayers having a fantastic first half. Drives them towards half forward. Gets over the back of Wademan. Better not pinch another one from him. Called him as Malentis last time, albeit the ball did end up with Malentis. Now a chance for Bridgetown in that back 50. Good chance for Kyle Wilson to clear the danger for Bridgetown. Comes out wide. Centre wing for Bridgetown, near side. Kicks just a little bit too long for Duncan. A couple of Bridgetown players collide there. It was Brett Wilson and Duncan. Chance here. I think that's Robertson. Gets onto that left foot. Now a chance for Tilby. Tilby with 2 to beat. Robertson gets there to even the numbers. Oh! Tilby was hoping that the call would be that Bede dived on that one, but instead the umpire pinged Tilby for jumping into his back. And Imperials escaped the danger. They just escaped that back 50. And a chance now to really clear. In fact, they come back inboard. I think that was East on that outer side. Now they attack the middle of the ground. They're still inside that defensive 50. Chance now to clear for Morgan. Geez, he's been a good addition to this Magpies side in the first half of the season. Go up towards half forward, the Magpies. It spills out the back. Chance to mop up for Bridgetown, which they do momentarily. Malentis now swings into action. Mayers at ground level, looks for a handball out the back, gets one to East. Now a chance for Malentis, gets onto that left. Chopped off in the goal square. Good saving mark back there for Bridgetown. And now they escape through Mitchell, drive it to that back 50. Out towards the far side wing. Wilson, closed down by Morgan. Fascinating duel, that one. Wilson now drives it inside. Top of the 50. Masters runs under it. Robertson with a chance. Colby Bede. That's been an incredible duel, those two, in this first half. Got halfway through that sentence. I wasn't sure what sort of word I was going to use. But Bede and Robertson, absorbing battle between those two. Imperials clear around that outer side. Up towards half forward. Danks now with a chance. Gets round onto his right. Gets caught, gets the handball to Wademan. Now it's held in. Umpire calls for it. Socket forward by him. I think that was from a Bridgetown boot. It was, and that last disposal rule comes into play again. Bridgetown Imperials bring it inboard, still on the wing. Hall on the outer side there. Little chip now right on the edge of that centre square. It's Timmy Mayers. Kicks it inboard, just misses the centre circle. But that's okay, we're playing footy, not darts, so it'll work. Stacks on, Ward's there for Bridgetown. Beeb's there. Duncan was there for the Bulldogs. Umpire will have it. Right near the centre circle. Wonderful ruck work there from Bridgetown. It spills for Imperials. They drive it long inside 50. And that's been, well, it's been paid a mark. Don't know that even the Imperials bench was super sure whether that one had made it on the full, but Malentis did enough, protected the footy from the umpire, took it down low. He lines up on his left foot. He's aiming to join 3 other players on the ground with 3 goals in the first half. Sends the goal umpire a long way, didn't do him any favours, but it's a goal. Malentis with his third. Gizzarelli 3. Tilby and Masters 3 each for Bridgetown. Imperials have their 8th. They're 8 goals to 50. Bridgetown are 7 goals 8, 50. And this is developing to a classic clash between second and third here at Bridgetown Sports Oval. McCamish got up there for Bridgetown, chance to clear through. In fact, wrapped up in the tackle, no one's going anywhere. McCamish. Mayers gets wrapped up by Wilson. It's going to be a free kick to Kyle Wilson, right near the centre circle. Now drives towards the 50. Ward sets himself. Beebe managed to spoil without infringing. Beebe's had a busy first half. Bridgetown's entries have been, once they're inside 50, they've gone long to the top of the square, but their entries, their shallow entries, they haven't been afraid to use their shorter targets. Chance now for Patton. Goes to Wilson. Ward at ground level near the boundary. Chance to mop up for Morgan. Morgan goes straight across the ground. Aggressive kick, but a good kick. Dropped out there though. Picked up though by Brajovic. He drives it to that wing. Chance for Goodridge. Gets pushed off the ball. Now an attack to Bridgetown's 50 on that far side. It's Masters. It's 2-on-1 out there. Imperials managed to mop it up. Brajovic gets it clear. Now Imperials drive it up to that wing. Big contact from Wademan over the back. Now a chance deep inside forward 50. Is that a diving mark? No. Bridgetown chance to clear. Drive it up towards Patton. Strong mark by Patton. Good hands. Lots of pressure from behind, and he just held it on with one clean clunk. Now Tim Davies drives it inside. Kyle Wilson now looks left. Now he looks straight ahead. Drives it straight up the ground. Over the head of Ward. Beebe. So Ward and Beebe now doing battle. Over the top goes Ward. Tries to collect it. Might have been collected high on the way through there by Johnson. No go. Danks back to Beebe. Beebe bites off the aggressive kick that we've seen Imperials really happy to pull the trigger on. That one's not great. Gets socket out towards the boundary. Would have been last disposal, but it was picked up by Johnson. Goes back to Beebe. Punched away this time. Now an aggressive handball inside. Max East a chance. Mayers a chance. Gets onto his right. Chopped off by Patton. Patton goes inside 50, and after all that, it's in the hands of Brett Wilson. He will shoot from just inside 50. Man on the mark's about 45. Wilson crosses the line of the centre square. He'll kick from just inside 50. Drives it long. All the way to the goal line. All the way over the goal line. Not accurate. 7 goals, 9. 51, the home side. 8-2, 50. The visiting Magpies. And we'll see Imperials bring this one back into play one more time. I think from everything we've seen, we know this is probably going wide. This time they go wide and long. Players set themselves. Big fly over the back from Mayers. It spills. Patton gets a boot to it, but that one might cross the line. No, in fact, it's stopped by Johnson, who drives it forward. Up towards half forward. Big contest down there. And Goodrich was appealing for the free kick. Little did he know it had already been paid. Big shove in the back there when Goodrich went for the mark near the boundary line. Mason Goodrich, pretty much still on the wing for Imperials. Plays on now, drives inboard. Hits the hot spot about 20 out. Big pack. Hall gets it over the top. Gizzarelli again. And it's another one to Gizzarelli. Once again, Gizzarelli gets out the front of the contest. Big contest, about 20 out from Imperials' goal. They know where to go. They know he's going to be there. He's part of those contests, but if the ball spills, he's heading straight out the back. He's done it at least twice now. Got out the back into the goal square. Handball over the top. Gizzarelli kicks his fourth. Breaks himself free of Melentes, Masters and Tilby, who have 3 apiece. And once again, we see a lead change. Bridgetown 7-9-51. And Imperials 9-2-56. 5-point lead now for the visitors. Second quarter, Tyre Power Management Up league action, round 9. We've got a whistle here, and it's going to be a Bridgetown free kick. The umpires paid that from half forward, and a little bit of confusion over whose it is. In fact, looks like it's going to Mitchell, so well picked up there by the umpire off the play. Mitchell sets himself, gets round onto that left foot, gets smothered though. Might come back to him, no. Hall a chance. Gets wrapped up by McAllendon, and we will have another ball up just forward of centre for Imperials. Picked up and quick by Bridgetown. Patton now breaks the centre square, kicks inside 50. Masters on the lead. It's the second time in this quarter that Masters has had a paddock in front of him, being able to lead straight onto the footy. Once again, superb kick, hit him without breaking stride. Patton this time. And Masters, he will kick from about 40, 45 by the time he puts this one onto the boot. Takes his time over it. Distance, no problem. Accuracy is a problem. Bridgetown move to 7-10. Imperials 9-2. Danks at half-back for Imperials. Drives it just past the centre circle. Chance now for Mayers. Goes long inside 50. Chance. Good tackle down there by Mayers. Raymond. Another chance now. Goes to the top of the 50. Chance now for a break for Johnson. He can't get a handle on it. Siren goes. It's half-time here at Bridgetown. The home side, Bridgetown Bulldogs, 7-10-52. Imperials, 9-2-54. Fascinating clash here. 2 points the difference. The goal kickers for Bridgetown, Tilby's got 3. Masters has 3. And Davies has the other. And of the 9 goals for Imperials, we've seen 4 from Gizzarelli, 3 from Melentes, and 1 apiece from Wademan and Timmy Mayers. Absorbing contest so far, 2 points the difference. We'll break for half-time. We'll be back for the third quarter in around 10, 15 minutes. Big second half coming up for both these sides. Both of these teams would be really keen to win this one. Second against third. Massive game in the context of the season. The ladder at the moment, look, Imperials are a game behind. Second place, probably not on the line at the moment. There's about 84% between them. So even if Imperials won this one, they'd be on 20 points with Bridgetown. Wouldn't have made up the percentage, I wouldn't have thought, unless something bizarre happens in the second half coming up. But what it will do is put them absolutely well clear of the rest of the chasing pack. Bridgetown, for their part, they can keep pace with Kojonup. Kojonup are on 28 points at the moment, undefeated after 7 games. Once again, Bridgetown, 7-10, 52. At the moment, trail Imperials, 9-2, 56. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes for the second half of this Tyre Power Management clash from Bridgetown Sports Oval.
relationship with Great Southern Fuels started with my father 50 years ago, delivering fuel in drums back in the day, which has progressed into large tanks now. They've been very reliable and efficient on time with service.
We run a mixed farming operation here on Chapman Valley, just north of Geraldton, managing about 5,500 hectares. We've been with what is now Great Southern Fuels for in excess of 20 years. There's always challenges and situations that catch you out, and they've been really, really good at accommodating that for us.
We've been with Great Southern for 28 years now. Look, they've given us exceptional service and the price competitive. So it's wonderful.
They're a great company to work for. They're a family-owned business. They will support you and whatever is required.
I've got Alan's phone number, I've got Steve's phone number, and I know if I ring it I'll get an answer, which is really cool.
The relationship's great and the service is second to none. So I ring up and it doesn't matter if it's Saturday, Sunday or whenever I ring up, I'll have fuel. So we've never been held up or had a problem with them. So my theory is that's what I'm about. It's about service and the relationship, and it's been fantastic.
It's very important to maintain long-term customers' loyalty and give back what you can when you can.
Great Southern Fuels is one of the few companies that I've been involved with that gives so much back to the local community. We support so many different organisations and country, sporting clubs, field days, farming organisations.
We endeavour to give back. The community looked after us by dealing with us, and we just gave it back in what we could do. The footy club needs a hand, well, it's because they need a hand that you give it to, not the other way around.
When you look at how they conduct themselves in the community, they've been a great supporter of the Livestock Transporters Association. Just incredible what they do.
I do a lot for the community, which is good. And not only late race either, it's right through where all these outlets are all over the state. He's been excellent with that.
We tend to sponsor major events, the Great Southern Football Carnival, Colts Carnival.
Across the board, I think sponsorships are a very important part of any community. I grew up in Lake Grace and footy was my life down there for a long time. Great Southern sponsored Lake Grace back then, and along with many other footy clubs and hockey clubs and tennis clubs, and we might not always be making a big deal out of it, but the people that get sponsored, they understand and they relate to it.
They do a lot for the town, so I can't fault them. They've been brilliant.
Great Southern Fuels have got strong values, and that shows in what they do. They walk the talk and they do what they do.
You deal with people that are there and care about your business, and these people have been absolutely wonderful.
I'm very proud of what Mum and Dad have achieved in their life and how they've structured the business, and it's all structured around our customers and looking after people and being in the right areas where we need to sell the fuel and have the support there and sponsorship. Being part of the community, even though we're not in that community, but our workers are there and that's part of us.
Welcome back to Bridgetown Sports Oval for the second half of this Tyre Power Management Round 9 clash between Imperials and Bridgetown. Close one, half-time, 7-10, the home side, 42. Imperials 9-56. Big second half coming up as we went to the break at half-time. Second against third. If Imperials win this, they can go level on points. They'll still probably be behind their Bulldogs counterparts on percentage, but good chance to go level on points at least, rather than letting that top two skip right away. It's been a superb first 9 or 10 weeks or 9 weeks of the season from coaching up the Cougars. They're undefeated after 7. But Imperials have been impressive, and I think the impressive thing for Wayne Barndon and his crew, they haven't brought a whole lot of recruits in. They brought a couple in. They've Bo Morgan's been a good addition to that back line. But here we go, second half, Bridgetown Sports Oval. Back at it, and a chance. Duncan for the Bulldogs. Went one way, then the other. I think he might have forgotten early in the quarter which way they were going, or maybe it was just me. Up towards 50 for Imperials. Wademan with a chance. Wademan again. Hall with the big tackle. Umpire says, give it to me. Getting up McCallendon. Not quite a forward 50 entry yet for Imperials, but good chance. Now they get it inside 50 through Rogers. Chopped off down there, though, by Wilson. And Kyle Wilson goes to that outer side. Well done out there by Max Wilson now, who drives it outside 50. Patton goes up to that wing. Wheatley comes back inboard to Patton by hand. Patton takes a bounce, takes another, takes a third, breaks to 50, takes another bounce, and another one. He's run to about 40, lines up. Well, there's goal of the day. Patton has got that on the wing, taken 4, maybe 5 bounces, run inside. Don't think he realised that he was going to be given quite that much time, and just kept on going and got onto his right foot, banged it through for a goal. And there's sort of a collective silence around the ground, wondering quite how he got that much space to run into. But looks superb run from Patton. Surely goal of the day we've just seen. Albeit Matt Tilby might have something to say about that for his little half volley out of the air earlier in the game. Wonderful goal that, though, from Patton. And importantly, for Bridgetown fans, that's their 8th. They moved to 8-10-58. And we've had another lead change. They now lead Imperials 9-2-56. Ball up in the middle. Kobe Goff in there now for the Bulldogs. Big tackle there from Raymond Mayers. And we will have a ball up. Centre half forward almost for Bridgetown. Chance to clear now. Imperials go to clear, but it hits the umpire. Now Duncan gets onto that right foot. Nice little kick. Patton drives it inside. Wilson with a chance. Wilson dangerously off the back of the pack there. Little wave to Patton. Says, yep, kick was good. Should have held it. Ball up down there in front of the scoreboard. Tilby. No real contest there. Goes down to Danks, though. And it will be a free kick to Danks for Imperials. Danks now to that outer side. Between halfback and wing. Gets knocked over the back now. Imperials. Chance. Brisbane. Comes off hands. Goes out of bounds. Be a boundary throw-in if they can retrieve the ball. Yes, they do, from under that four-wheel drive over there. Boundary throw-in. Outer side of the ground. Won by Goff. He taps it forward. Inside 50. Chopped off down there. In fact, it'll be a kick to Johnson. Little wide, that entry from Bridgetown. Toby Ward on the mark down there for the home side. And it's cleared up towards that outer side wing one more time for Imperials. Good mark, Danks. He's been good. Danks now gets onto his right. Looks inboard, straightens up. Down towards half forward, Wademan. Chance, cleared by Doherty. Another chance for Imperials. Almost cleared the pack then and went to Wademan. Another chance to clear. Mitchell at the back for the Bulldogs. Goes inside to Davies. Davies now looks inboard. Goes towards the middle. Misdirected kick from Mitchell. And Imperials a chance to springboard off half back through Hancock. Out to this near side wing. Spills out. Picked up by Goodridge. Goodridge now. Handball comes inside to Johnson. Johnson inside 50. Misdirected. Valentis just has a quiet little look over the shoulder. And now we see the clearing kick. Mitchell still inside defensive 50. Now kicks to the defensive 50. Safely taken there by Wheatley. Wheatley now goes out to that outer side wing. Glenn Harry's having a good game back here for Bridgetown. Took the saving mark that time. As Bridgetown turned defence into attack one more time. And it's Toby Ward down there shielding his eyes from the sun. Now he goes towards the top of the square. Contest. Big one to win this one. Brett Wilson at the front of the pack. But there's a holding free kick. And it will go the way of Corey Johnson. Clear now to this near side by Morgan. Umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to go the way of Bridgetown. And it's Goff who has the footy for the home side. Plays on, handballs to Mitchell. Mitchell gets onto his left near the boundary. Puts it to the hotspot one more time, but great intercept mark down there. And the clearing kick finds Mayers. Tim Mayers having a superb game. Kick comes up to the wing, touched over the line. Boundary umpires will be called into play here. Good defensive efforts down there from Toigo. He's had a couple of good moments during this game. Ball up, near side centre wing. One down by Goff. His tap work's been outstanding so far today. Brisbane getting in and under. Good leap, but Goff is just getting that little bit higher, and his ability to control where he's putting those taps has been superb to date. Chance now. Imperials drive towards half forward. Gizzarelli quickly picks up, tries to handball to Goodridge. Can't quite get it clear. Another chance now. Duncan gets dragged off the footy. Umpire doesn't see it. Johnson now picks up, goes inside, top of the 50, and marked almost on the 50. Imperials just settle things down. I think that's Raymond Mayers out there. He'll kick from about 55. Pops it to the top of the square. Big contest coming up. Chance for Goodridge. Well defended down there by Bridgetown. Be a throw in deep inside Imperials forward line. Danks wins it out of the ruck. I think it was touch off the boot. Thought I heard a call there. Regardless, it's gone through from behind. Imperials move to 9 goals 3, 57. Bridgetown 8 goals 10, 58. 1 point ball game. Bridgetown in front. And they drive it out towards half back. Well marked there. Strong hands, Brett Wilson. Wilson now drives the Bulldogs up towards half forward. Tilby comes out to meet it. Just eludes him. Got fingertips to it. Now Robertson drives it inside. And once again, third time in about half an hour of football, Masters is let out from the goal square. Hasn't had to break stride, and it's hit him on the chest. This time Robertson. Superb kick. Worked his way through that one, thought his way through it really, really well. And now Masters will line up for his fourth. Masters leans back on it, sends the goal umpire to do a lot of work one more time. This time, too much work. 8 goals, 11 now. Bridgetown move to 59. They lead by 2 points. Scoreboard says 9 goals 2. Reckon Imperials are 9 goals 3, 57. We'll let the goal umpires sort that one out at three-quarter time. Imperials now. Look to this near side. Once again, they do go wide, bring it out towards half-back. Big contest, this one. Good tackle, Davies. Umpire comes in, says, I'll sort this one out. Brisbane's there for Imperials. He'll do the ruck work for the Magpies. And it will be McCamish doing the work for Bridgetown. Kai Robertson, the young gun, picks it up, gets well wrapped up by Beebe. Well wrapped up indeed. It's holding the ball. Colby Beebe wins a free kick down there. He's been good today. Handballs this one off. Morgan sends it up towards the wing. Close to this near side boundary. Bounced off, I think, a leg. Yeah, good common sense umpiring there. He's decided to throw that one in or ball it up. Jake Rogers there was leading the race, but didn't get a clear kick to it. I think it came off his thigh. And we will see Brisbane and McCamish do battle. Well done by McCamish. Gets it down to Davies. He's wrapped up in a tackle though. Mitchell throws himself in and under. Imperials wanted holding the ball. Said he dived on it. Umpire agreed. That may well be 50. The umpire had turned to back away. Wademan got tossed on the deck. Quick little kick. Danks goes inside 50. Just clears the leading forward down there. I think it was Goodridge. Bridgetown, chance to clear. They drive it up towards this near side wing. Colby Beebe attacked the footy and led Kai Robertson to it that time. Little miscommunication there for Imperials. Johnson tried to call Hall out, did it too late. And that little delay just allowed McAllendon to come in, lay a good tackle. And holding the ball against Johnson. McAllendon now looks at his options for Bridgetown. Goes inside and short to Wilson. Kyle Wilson off half-back. Drives it straight up to Patton. Patton now at centre-half back for Bridgetown. Gets called to play on. Malentis tried to run him down from behind. Didn't get there. It's on that outer side wing now with Max Wilson. He drives it straight into the middle of the ground. Brett Wilson now picks up. It's a chain of Wilsons. Goes out towards Ward. And Toby Ward, he's about 60 from goal on that far side. Kicks it out right in front of the scoreboard. Masters this time has to meet the footy overhead. At the back, it's Robertson. Has a flying shot at goal. Just offline. His battle with Colby Beebe has been fascinating for the duration of the 2.5 quarters we've had so far. Another behind for the home side. As once again, we see the Magpies go wide. This time they go short, however. Now they move it up further up the ground towards Danks. Gets punched away. Big tackle. And yes, correctly, a sling tackle called by the umpire. And it will be Zach Hall's free kick. Good pick up there by the umpire. That's not the tackle we want to see. Hall now gets onto his left, looks at his options, comes out to this near side wing. Mayers had the sit from a long way back. Holds it on true centre wing. Mayers now. Little 7-iron over the back there. Picked up by Doherty. He gets tackled strongly. Now it's Patton. Breaks away to Wilson. Wilson looks in towards centre-half back. It's chopped off by Danks. Patton comes to the mark. Danks now looks at that outer side. Going back with the flight. Knew there was traffic coming. I think it's Malentis. Superb Mark Malentis. He back. Knew he could hear footsteps coming from behind him. He'll kick this from about 30. Not quite 45-degree angle. Very, very kickable for that lethal left foot of Malentis. He's got 3 already, aiming for his 4th. Malentis lines up. Sends it into the shadows here at Bridgetown Sports Oval. Imperials love it. Goal umpire likes it. Another one to Malentis. That's his 4th. He joins Gizzarelli on 4, kicks the Imperials 10th. And depending whether that scoreboard is with us or not, because it's now saying Bridgetown have got 9 goals, which, again, either they only have 8 or I've missed one. Regardless, it's certainly Imperials 10th. Gizzarelli has 4. Malentis now has 4. Tilby has 3, all in the first quarter for the home side. Masters has 3. Back in the centre now, out towards that outer side wing. Max Wilson leads the race out there for Bridgetown. Goes back to Wheatley. Just overran it there, and Mayers might have been given a push. No, Hall gets around, handballs to Mayers with his back to goal, goes back to Hall. Hall onto his left foot, chips it up to Goodridge. Was that out on the full? Boundary umpire says yes, it was. Goodridge with his arms out, looking at the boundary umpire like, who, me? Yes, you, Mason. Well, it wasn't actually you that kicked it. Certainly from this vantage point, hard to tell, but it did look like it might have just crossed that line before Mason was able to mark that one cleanly. And Bridgetown, a chance one more time to get out of defence. The kick misses Max Wilson on the way out, puts him under all sorts of pressure. From a Bridgetown perspective, they do get another opportunity with the ball up as the shadows start lengthening across Bridgetown Sports Oval here. Beautiful day. Hugh Mitchell picks up deep inside 50, spearing kick to that far side wing. Coming out and meeting it is Wilson. Now he gets inboard, takes a couple of bounces. Beebe comes up to meet him, gets around Beebe, goes long, and of course there's Beebe's opponent back there, Kai Robertson, all by himself, but well closed down. Just held his nerve nicely. I think that was Hancock back there. Kick comes back out, but it's straight to Wilson. Wilson sprays it goalward. And sprays it indeed. He's missed to this near side. Another behind to the home side. Now there's no goals up there for Bridgetown. I've given up on the scoreboard. Kind of a shame in a close game, but I'm sure they'll get that rectified. What we do know, another behind to Wilson, Brett, and a chance for Imperials to clear. They bring it up just inside the centre square. Pack forms. Oh, big tackle, and I think that was a horrific landing. Nothing malicious in the tackle, but one of the Imperials players' his knee, that does not look good. Umpire rightly stopping play. That knee went in the direction, don't believe it's supposed to go, as he got brought down in that tackle. Once again, nothing malicious there, but the knee did not enjoy the landing. We're just trying to pick up who that is down there. It's Wademan. Let's hope. Just a little tweak. He's jogging his way to the bench. Danks preparing to come back on as Wademan slowly works his way towards the interchange. Hopefully, just a little tweak or twist and nothing more serious. Footy's in the hands of Tim Davies. He now gets called to play on. Drives Bridgetown up towards 50. That one might be a bit wide. In fact, it's marked anyway by Beebe. Him and Robertson doing battle one more time. Kobe Beebe comes back up towards this near side wing. Jordan set himself, couldn't mark, goes back inside. Hall now gets the handball off. Chance for Imperials through the middle of the ground. Hancock drives it long towards the 50. Mayer's getting out the back, looked dangerous, but McCallendon chopped it off. McCallendon looks at his options, comes wide to Davies, chopped off though by Johnson. Davies with another chance at ground level to Wilson. Chopped off once again, and now a chance for Imperials to drive it up towards 50. Diving attempt at a mark. He's held that, I think. Umpire, he had his back to the umpire and almost marked that right in the shadows. So Goodridge there, not sure if he held, Mason Goodridge. He's had a couple of near marks in this quarter as him and James McCallendon renew acquaintances on the way back towards the goal square. Bridgetown, clear it right into the middle of the ground. Wilson, big contest this. Bo Morgan. It's been another great battle. This time, ill-directed kick. Davies chops it off. He's been good today as well. Goes out to that far side. Max Wilson's been busy in this quarter. That's a fantastic kick to the running Ward. Ward drives it inside 50. Masters. But chopped off. And once again, Imperials managed to just do enough. They worked the ball to Corey Johnson. Johnson now looks at his options. Got called to play on, ended up affecting the kick. Kicked it to centre-half back. Dangerous spot on the ground. Big pack of players. Bridgetown tried to claim the mark, but it came off about 4 sets of hands. Wheatley, chance. Goff's in there as well. Malentis drives the Imperials forward, drives them all the way forward. And one behind the result, much to everyone's confusion, including mine. Holding the ball, the result. Imperials, free kick. We're just working with the lineups here. We've got 2 different screens and 2 different answers as to who's wearing which jumper. Now we've got them aligned. Wonderful. Bridgetown, they go forward towards the forward 50, chopped off. Well done there by Hancock. He's been superb today. Mayers, big mark, gets a shove afterwards. No, 50. Imperials wanted it. Drives it right up towards the 50. Those 2 water runners had just want to get themselves away from the action there. Kicked forward by Johnson. No one in the square. Carried the square anyway. One behind the outcome for Imperials. Not much movement on the scoreboard after that one. Currently reads the home side 8-13 to 10-4. But no one's changed it with that behind for Imperials, so we'll wait potentially for the next break and see what the goal umpires have to say about that one. But Bridgetown, kick it in, go to the outer side. Wilson on the defensive 50 for the Bulldogs. Goes with another short one. Davies, just short of the centre square, back end of the centre square. He now looks at his options. Comes inboard, finds Patton. He's been great today. Patton on the back edge of the centre square. Goes somewhat short, clears the head of Robertson. Chance now. Can they clear the congestion? Nope. It's tied up. Umpire will come in, take control of this one. Scoreboard has now changed, and the scoreboard reads Bridgetown 8 goals 13, 61. Imperials 10 goals 5, 65, according to the outer side scoreboard there. Imperials clear the congestion, drive it up towards their forward 50. Chance now. Goodridge, was he carried forward? No, says the umpire. Bridgetown clear, go up towards their own half forward line. Brett Wilson gets around, tries to get onto his right, does so, looks for Tilby. Well defended there by Hancock. He's been superb. Good chance here for Duncan. Duncan gets it onto his left boot, drives it towards not quite the top of the square. It's about 20 out. Falls for Masters. Masters quickly plays on. Handballs to Brett Wilson. Wilson runs to the top of the goal square, bangs it through. Car horns tell the story. Wilson has his, believe it or not, his first Bridgetown have their 9th. Imperials have 10. And if the scoreboard's right, once we get that 9th one up, 9 goals, 13-67, and Bridgetown have now got the lead back from the Magpies, who are 10 goals, 5-65. Three goals apiece for the home side to Tildy, Masters, 1 to Davies, 1 to Patton, 1 now to Wilson. For Imperials, 4 to Ghizzarelli, 4 to Malentis, 1 to Wademan, 1 to Mayers. Ball back in the middle. Imperials win it out the centre, drive it straight inside 50. Good chance here for Ghizzarelli. Turns his opponent, picks it up, gets on the left boot. He's waiting on the goal umpire to tell him if that was double grabbed across the line or marked clean inside the play. Imperials are certainly claiming it. Siren's gone. And here we go with the good old debate about players having a kick over their mark after the siren. Malentis, now he's on his left foot. And the umpire will, so he is allowed to go around the corner, but he can't improve his angle. He has to kick over the mark. Does it legally, misses. Even then, one of the Bridgetown players called play on. Misses to the near side with the kick after the siren, Malentis. Well handled there by the umpires. For those that don't know the rule, the player can come around the corner. He just has to kick over the mark. So what we saw Malentis do there was actually textbook and was completely different to the scenario we saw last weekend with Watson from Hawthorn. After the siren, you are allowed to kick around the corner. You are allowed to come back your paces, as long as by the time you kick, you're actually kicking over the mark. So superbly handled there by the umpires. Well done, Malentis. Thought his way through it pretty well, but yeah, missed to the narrow side. And we go to the break. Hopefully that one got put up on the scoreboard. No. Yes. So 9 goals, 13-67. If the scoreboard's right, it's a 1-point lead to the home side. 9 goals, 13-67. The Magpies, 10 goals, 6-66. We will thank some of our partners here while we get a quick break before we go to the three-quarter time break. Thank you, as always, to Manjimup Tyre Power for their support of the Lower Southwest Football League competition. Great Southern Fuels for what they do for this filming footy coverage. AFGRI, Delta Ag, Kimberley Accommodation Group, UTF Trailers, Corrigan Hotel, Wild Gravel, Alum Lube, Dartfish, Archie's Thongs, Omnibus, Gallagher, Premium Grains, and of course the team from the Manjimup Gateway and now Pemberton Hotel. We'll break quickly for three-quarter time. Absorbing battle this one as the goal umpires check their all-important cards and make sure the scoreboard is right. Close game, so every point could matter here. They get that sorted. We'll cut for a break and we'll join you for the start of the all-important last quarter. Clear.
Yeah.
Welcome back. The all-important last quarter here at Bridgetown, Sports Oval. 9 goals, 13, 67 the home side, 10 goals, 6, 66. The visiting Magpies all up for grabs. 1 point the difference as we start this last quarter. Shadows across the ground and rather helpfully for Graham, the cameraman, right where the footy is at the moment. Big last quarter this. Imperials would love to knock off a top 2 side. Bridgetown want to try and keep pace with the rampant Cougars. Footy goes forward. Chance now for Waters for Bridgetown. Good clearance opportunity here for Johnson. But it's chopped off. And Bridgetown, another chance to go forward. They've got the mark on 50. Robertson leads strongly into the middle of the ground. Just cleared his fingertips. Ward now gets a chance. Fires a handball across to Patton. Patton goes forward, looking for Masters. Why not? Big collision down there. Masters is down. Mayers gets tackled. Another chance for Johnson. Pops the kick over the top, but Toby Ward marks. Still got players on the deck down there, and then Jordan Johnson coming in and rather helpfully giving someone a shove. Umpires have... In fact, it's a mark down there. Got a couple of players limping down here. Looks like cramp. And I think in amongst all that, the mark was taken on the goal line. So no score, and with a 1 point ball game, that's an important distinction. Ball goes out to the outer side wing there, and Danks, who's been superb as always for Imperials. Out near the far side wing boundary line. Drives it up towards half forward. I think that was East, went a little bit early. Chance to clean up at the back now for Bridgetown. Footy will come across the ground. Nice kick. Molentus on the mark now. Chance for Bridgetown to clear. They go looking for Duncan. Takes it on the chest. Tomasi comes in for Imperials. Couldn't impact the contest. Kick comes out to the wing. Waters, another awkward landing. We've had a few of those in the last 15 minutes. Ball goes out of bounds. I think it was touched, and yes, we'll have a throw in on the near side wing. Rucks to do battle one more time. Brisbane opposed to McCamish. Driven forward Ward. Nope, bounces over his head. Johnson tracks it back. Wilson, dangerous. Ward, Hancock, led with his head. Didn't get it knocked off. Got the footy back. Morgan now drives it into the middle. Surely tackled without it. Brisbane, no doing. Now Wilson on the 50. This is dangerous. Surely a high tackle. Umpire picks that one up. Bo Morgan gets the free kick. About 45 metres from his own defensive goal. Gets the kick for too high. Ward stands the mark. Kicks goes out towards that outer side wing one more time. Marked out there by Goodridge. Kicks up towards half forward. Big contest. Spills over the back inside 50. Loose ball. Coming out to meet it was Molentus. Chance now for Danks. Davies at the back for Bridgetown. Gets it to Mitchell. Still trying to clear this one, Bridgetown. In the middle of all that was Cameron White for the Bulldogs. Umpire will ball this one up. About 48 metres from Imperials goal. Bridgetown, quick kick out of the congestion. Patton leads towards the footy, drops the mark. Wilson comes in and mops up. Chance to clear now. Kick goes towards half forward. Ward, nope, chopped off. Hancock, he's been superb today. Now plays on. Kicks it right back up towards where it came from. Half forward for Imperials. Mayers is there. Can't mark. Cleaned up by Wilson. Little toe poke over the top. Wheatley now onto his left boot. Drives it towards half forward. Robertson, really well read then. Beebe got caught under it. Robertson plays on onto his right foot. Kicks it inside forward 50. Umpire quite correctly calls over the shoulder there, and the excellent Hancock gets the kick, this time ahead of Masters. Slightly delayed whistle. Imperials weren't happy when they thought that one wasn't going to be paid. Definite kick though, hand over the shoulder, dragged him down from behind. And Hancock, who's had a superb game today. Defenders don't always get the plaudits, but he's had a great game. Masters on the mark. Hancock looks up the ground, sends it long towards this near side wing. Wilson up in front, can't grab it. Danks is there as well. Feeds it off to Davies. Davies drives it back inside forward 50. Johnson's there for Imperials. Robertson at ground level, closely pursued by Colby Beebe one more time. Those two have been almost inseparable for most of the 4 quarters. We've got 2 Johnsons in there for Imperials. That didn't sound right. Brisbane slaps it forward for Imperials. Spills out wide. Chance for Johnson. Handball back. Touch ball. Goes over the line. Kick from Hall that time. Got the touch, so it won't be a last disposal kick. It'll be a throw in. Tossed in. Brisbane does really well to work McCamish under the footy legally. And Bridgetown have got the free kick, about 70 from goal. Now they go inside 50. Wilson on the lead. Strong hands overhead. Probably still just outside his range. Superb kick, Brett Wilson, but he'll kick this from about 55. I think he might have heard me say that was outside his range. He had a long look this way. Wilson gives it everything, sends it to the, well, top of the square would be an insult, but about halfway into the square, gets punched across. Another behind for Bridgetown. Hopefully we'll see some movement on the scoreboard. That takes them to 9 goals, 14, 68. And Imperials, 10 goals, 6, 66. This game has been end-to-end, but both teams tightening up in this last quarter. Neither side wants to drop this one. It's a close game. Big mark over the top by Danks. But you can feel the tension rising in this one. We saw really free scoring in that first quarter. It's tightened up considerably as it gets over the back. Wademan just eludes him. Mitchell, another one that's been excellent today for the home side. Now it's driven up towards the wing. Brisbane sets himself under that. Takes the uncontested chest mark. Wheels onto his right foot. Drives it towards centre half forward. Won't be happy with that one. And the clearing kick. So Tilby has gone up the ground and is sitting, I think, giving some protection to that Bridgetown defence. Patton, he's been superb. Drives it out to the wing. Ward drops the chest mark. He's got the overlap if he wants it. Goes that direction now. Inside 50, kicks it long. Contest in the square. It's 3-on-1 down there for the, in fact, 2-on-2. These shadows are playing havoc with BK's eyesight. Kai Robertson down there. Colby Beebe, of course, with him for company. Masters does the ruck work with Hancock. Picked up by Robertson. Shot at goal. Misses to the near side. Bo Morgan will bring the ball back into play. Let's see some movement on that scoreboard. That will take them to 9 goals, 15. Big mark there from Wilson. Superb mark from Kyle Wilson. Drives it in towards the middle. Patton. Wilson. The ever-dangerous Brett Wilson, but a chance to clear for Imperials. Johnson got tackled. Didn't really like the tackle. Umpire might want to get across and deal with that one. Play, meanwhile, still goes on the outer side and gets dropped into, well, the hole. Patton has taken the mark. And meanwhile, we've got a couple of send-offs. Probably not before time. So Gizzarelli gets shoved to the ground by Wheatley after I think they've both been sent off. And quite frankly, wouldn't have minded seeing the kick taken off Bridgetown there, who are about to have a shot at goal. And when we've already got a situation, don't need it inflamed. So a couple of send-offs. Disappointing minute or so there from a few players. And meanwhile, Patton's been taken to the goal square after all that and given a 50. So Patton will kick, well, pretty elementary to say he will come in and kick his second. He loves it. Imperials, not so much. That's Patton's second. Bridgetown's 10th. There was a lot going on in front of us here. Not sure if Graham, the cameraman, was following the play then or following what was happening down in front of us here, but looks like a couple of cards have been dished out. Hopefully now, cooler heads have prevailed. Game's still absolutely in the balance. We'll wait for the scoreboard to do their thing, but if I'm keeping any sort of pace, I think it's now 10 goals, 14, 74 the home side, 10 goals, 6, 66 the visiting Magpies. Ball up in the middle. Chance now, Imperials drive it forward, chopped off by Mitchell. Tackled well though, holding the ball. I'm sure you heard the calls there from the Imperials fans. Pretty happy with that one. Hall has a chance to drive them well inside 50. Still plenty of time in this one. Probably a good 15 minutes left. So Hall drives it inside 50 for the Magpies. Wademan, almost a chest mark. I think he was surprised at how much time he had then. Gets the handball out. Played in there, slipped at the inopportune time. Mason Goodridge gets it, gets wrapped up by Mitchell. Umpire says, I will have it one more time. Grabbed out of the ruck by Danks, gets tackled. Umpire says, no prior that time, so he will toss it up one more time. Brisbane comes down to do the ruck work this time, wins it down clean. Another pack forms, but a chance. Melendez Johnson steals it. Gets wrapped up. No prior. Well done there by Jordan Johnson. He was about a step away from being clear on goal. Another ball up right in front of Imperials goal. Danks does the work this time. Ends up with the footy on the deck. Tilby clears. Bangs it up towards half back. Marked by Brisbane. In fact, Hancock bangs it right back where it came from. Good bodywork down there by Imperials, but wouldn't quite drop Danks. It just eludes him. Handball clear. Mitchell now a chance. Brisbane in his way. And once again, it'll be a ball up. Imperials deep inside their forward 50. They'd like one now, just to bring that margin back within a goal. It's been within a goal most of today. Handball out the back. Bridgetown try and clear it. Ends up back on the deck. And it'll be a ball up one more time. According to the scoreboard, it's 10 goals, 15, 75 to 10 goals, 6, 66. 9-point margin, which is probably about as big as it's been all day, believe it or not. Chance now. Hall tracks Mitchell back. Did he dive on it? Umpire says no. Bridgetown force another ball up deep in their defensive zone. Umpire tosses it up. Danks does the ruck work this time. Kicked quickly out of there for Bridgetown. It's going to come back though. Thought Morgan might have got a boot to that, but no doing. It's been paid holding the ball. Bridgetown with the pressure relieving free kick off half back. Drive it up towards this near side wing. Well marked there by Doherty. Kick into the middle. Davies in the shadows. Misdirected kick. Hancock in the way. He's been certainly amongst Imperials' best today. Drives it straight up the middle. Aggressive kick. Hall, who's come really strongly into the game in this second half. Not quite sure what happened there. Melendez runs into a strong tackle from Davies. No prior. We'll have another ball up. Centre half forward for the Magpies this time. Ball tossed in the air. Won by Brisbane. Danks gets it onto his boot. Drives it inside 50. Tilby, great work over the top of Goodridge. Tilby going back. Just adding some height and some experience back there in defence. Not a big lead, but Looks like Bridgetown turning some of their focus to just keeping the scoring under control down there. Davies sends it up towards this near side wing. Toigo down there, wins it. Mayers drives it inboard, chopped off, however. Another mark at half back for Bridgetown. Comes out wide to Wilson. Kyle Wilson goes back inboard to Davies. And Davies comes back out wide to Wilson. Wilson now takes a bounce, comes up on this near side wing, urges someone to come to him, kicks it towards Kyle Wilson, just over his head. Colby Beebe went down awkwardly and no, he's back on his feet. Kai Robertson now bangs it in board. Jacob Duncan. Well, Robertson did everything right, just picked up the footy, kept it alive as it was heading out towards this near side pocket boundary, managed to get it onto the boot. Scramble to kick inboard. Jacob Duncan, right place, right time. Duncan lining up for his first. About 15 metres out, almost directly in front. Duncan pops it over the goal umpire's head rather politely. Is that the one that breaks Imperials' resolve? It's the 11th for the home side. They move to 11-15. Imperials 10 goals 6. 15 points the difference now. And with 3 goals required for the Magpies, time will start to become the enemy very, very shortly. Ball tossed up in the middle one more time. Mayers wheels around onto his right, drives Imperials up towards half forward. Raymond Mayers comes up and meets the footy really well. Takes a good chest mark. Good kick inside 50. Another chance for Raymond Mayers. Follows up his own work. Comes out to Johnson. Johnson out the back to Melentis. Tim Mayers now with a chance. Kicks it back inside 50. Completely unmarked down there. Ball bounced around. Disorganised the defence. And it's Mason Goodrich, who's popped up with some key marks inside 50 for Imperials during the season. Had a real purple patch against Tigers on Anzac night where I reckon he had 5 shots at goal in a quarter. Lines up this time from, he'll kick it from around 50. Big kick this for Imperials. Heads goalwards. It's not going to clear the line. Was that touched on the way through? Yes, it was. In fact, I think it was Hall tried to claim it. Umpire said first grab was in front of the line, second grab was behind it. And Bridgetown, in fact, bring it straight back into play. Mitchell now from half back. He's been outstanding today. And we get a free kick for a push. It'll be an Imperials kick. Going the way of East. Max East now. Gets onto his right. Short little chip in. Jake Rogers. Rogers now. Spears it. And it's Raymond Mayers who's had a little good few minutes. This will test his range. Man on the mark. Just over 45 metres out. So Mayers will have to kick from just on 50 now. Kicks from almost on the line. Sprays off his boot. Almost a diving mark down there for Bridgetown. I think it was Tilby. Full stretch. Chance. Imperials pop it up. Touch ball. Mayers looks for a handball out. Hall gets around onto his left. Pops it up in the air. And Tilby, the last line of defence for Bridgetown. Tilby now goes out to that outer side, out past the scoreboard there. Well-directed kick. And a mark on defensive 50. Bridgetown now just controlling things a little. Good couple of minutes for Imperials, but they need to hit the scoreboard and they need to hit it quickly. They've had the ball down there for 2 or 3 minutes, but they need goals now, not forward entries. Another pack forms on that outer side wing. And we'll have another ball up. Got a player down there. I think it's Toigo, so they're stopping play just momentarily. hopefully just cramp. If it is, generous of the umpires to let them sort that one out before they restart play. Okay, play restarts. Outer side between wing and half forward for the Magpies. Down by 16 points. They need goals and they need them quickly. Time starting. Very much the enemy now for the Magpies. Drive it back inside forward 50. Just eludes. I think that was Goodridge again. Wilson, did he hatch it? No, in fact he got a shove in the back. Kick goes against Goodridge. Wilson now clears it out to the near side. And marked just on the boundary line down there. I think it's Max Wilson. Kicks it up towards true centre wing for Bridgetown. Chop of the arms, and it's going to be a kick to Brett Wilson. Wilson now drives it up towards forward 50 for Bulldogs. Goes inside. Ward over the back. Gets goal side of his opponent. Dangerous times this. No, well done. Imperials. Bede now with the chance. Handball's back. Well done there. They kept the calm head. Hancock. He's been outstanding today. Sam Hancock, as has Alex Hancock. No wonder I've called it so much. There's two of them, but they've both been superb. Kick goes into the middle. Dropped mark. Dangerous times now for Bridgetown. Kicked forward by McCamish. Goes inside 50. Duncan. Already kicked one this quarter. Has only kicked one this quarter because he's missed this one. Imperials now look to move it quickly, bring it out to this near side. Mayers, he's been superb. Holds the mark, grabs it on the second, goes inboard, aggressive kick in towards the near side edge of the centre square. Chance for Imperials. Umpire says no, give it to me. Max East tried to turn out of trouble then and drive them forward. It'll be left to the umpire to toss this one up. McCamish and East do battle. One down, chance for Hancock. Handballs it up in the air. Davies tackled but got it away to Doherty. Now driven to the 50 and it's Wilson one more time. Brett Wilson chips it inside, looks for Masters, finds him. Well, we've seen a couple just hit Masters clean on the chest. That one had to work pretty hard for. Siren goes. Masters will line up for goal number 4 after the siren. So Masters. The result is academic. A little bit of silliness going on to our left over here. Masters lining up for goal. It's academic. And he's missed to the far side. Umpire goes in to hopefully help cooler heads prevail out there in the middle of the ground where the after-match handshakes were not after-match handshakes. Thankfully that's all settled down. One player with his jumper off, which would have made things awkward if that had got silly, but cooler heads have prevailed. Players now get together in the middle of the ground and shake hands. Look, Imperials would be disappointed with this. They've given a super good account, and I know that would be cold comfort for Wayne Barndon and his team, but they've been superb today. We'll wait for that scoreboard and the final margin, but at the moment it reads 11 goals, 15, 81 10 goals, 7-67 to the visiting Magpies. Game was in balance right up until well into that last quarter. Bridgetown, with a couple of last quarter goals, just managed to take it away from the Magpies when it really mattered. Some outstanding performances from both sides. We saw, I think, Cale Patton must be close to best on ground for the Bulldogs. Brett Wilson did everything we expect Brett Wilson to do. Davies was superb in the midfield. Doherty had some really good moments. Kyle Wilson was super busy off half-back. Hugh Mitchell, well, if Patton wasn't best on ground, Mitchell was. He was outstanding throughout, the veteran. For the Imperials, Magpies, look, Gizzarelli was dangerous all day with 4 goals, as was Melentes. Thought once again, Tim Mayers was outstanding. He just gets better and better with every passing week. Both Hancocks were busy. Mason Goodrich had some good moments. Colby Beebe, his battle with the youngster Kai Robertson was superb throughout. And I think you'd almost have to call that one a draw. Jordan Johnson had some really good moments throughout the game. Zach Hall worked his way into the game and had an outstanding second half. But at the end of the day, Bridgetown have got the points. They will stay now clear on second and close the gap on Cogen up to 4 points. Imperials, well, they're still ahead of the chasing pack in 4th, 5th and 6th. But look, they'd be disappointed to let this one slip. They had their moments. The lead changed hands numerous times throughout the game. Imperials certainly go home without the points, but absolutely showing that they can compete with the best sides in this competition. I think they get another crack at Bridgetown later in the season. But what we're seeing from Imperials this year has been remarkable. They finished 7th last year. They're ensconced at the moment in 3rd place. There's a definite style to their play. You can see what Barnden's been doing with them and, you know, the game style that he's instilled in this Magpies group. Bridgetown, for their part, look, they'd be rapt to get through this one against an opponent who certainly came to, well, you can't call it an upset, it's 2nd against 3rd, but certainly wanted to get a win against one of the top couple of sides. Bridgetown have withstood the visit of the Magpies. They've done it without Josh Power. For their part, Imperials have had to do it without Brandy Armstrong, and we've seen how good he's been this year. Every time Filming Footy have covered one of the Magpies games, Brandy Armstrong's been amongst their best. From the goal kickers' perspective for Bridgetown, we saw 3 from Tilby, 3 from Masters, 2 from Cale Patton, 1 from Tim Davies, 1 from Brett Wilson and 1 from Jacob Duncan. And for Imperials, we saw 4 from Gizzarelli, another 4 from Kane Melentes, 1 goal to Charlie Wademan, 1 goal to Timmy Mayers. Look, superb game of footy. Glad we covered this one for Filming Footy today. If you've joined us from anywhere in the state or throughout the lower southwest zone, thank you for joining us. Thank you as always to our league competition partners, Manjimup Tyre Power. Thank you to all our partners for Filming Footy. Retrovision Manjimup for their support of the reserves competition, and East Perth Football Club for their support of the Colts. Thank you, Graham, the cameraman. We will see you, and I shouldn't have started that sentence without knowing the answer to this. We'll see you on Filming Footy somewhere next week. Do you know where you are, Graham? No? I should have looked before I opened my mouth. But look, Filming Footy, hopefully you've enjoyed the coverage this year. Bridgetown Imperials today. Next week, I think we've actually got... No, should have not started that one again. Who have we got? I'm fascinated myself now. Next week, next week, we're at Lake Grace for the Great Southern Colts Carnival. So we're not covering any of the games next week. The week after, Sunday, June the 21st, we're covering Tigers Dean Mill from Ray Park. That will be when you next see us covering Tyre Power Manjimup League action for the Lower Southwest Football League. Next week, it's in the young guns' hands out at Lake Grace. Lower Southwest will send a team coached by Tigers lead coach, Aaron Watson. Him and the team will go and take on, I think they've got Ongerup and Great Southern and Esperance in their group. 8 teams heading out with their best under-19s, heading out to Lake Grace for the weekend. I think they've got 4 games to get through on Saturday and then a potential final on Sunday. Keep your eyes posted for the score updates on the Facebook page for the Lower Southwest on that one. Good luck to the teams. Team will be announced on Monday evening right here at Bridgetown. and we will post the team as the week wears on. And good luck to the boys next week. Chook, Aaron Watson and his team, thank you for watching Filming Footy today. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time at Tigerland. Superb. Thank you.
Great job. I was watching Weaver last week doing his thing and was like,
The relationship with Great Southern Fuels started with my father 50 years ago, delivering fuel in drums back in the day, which has progressed into large tanks now. They've been very reliable and efficient on time with service.
We run a mixed farming operation here on Chapman Valley, just north of Geraldton, managing about 5,500 hectares. We've been with what is now Great Southern Fuels for in excess of 20 years. There's always challenges and situations that catch you out, and they've been really, really good at accommodating that for us.
We've been with Great Southern for 28 years now. Look, they've given us exceptional service and the price competitive, so it's wonderful.
They're a great company to work for. They're a family-owned business. They will support you and whatever is required.
I've got Alan's phone number, I've got Steve's phone number, and I know if I ring it I'll get an answer, which is really cool.
The relationship's great and the service is second to none. So I ring up and it doesn't matter if it's Saturday, Sunday or whenever I ring up, I'll have fuel. So we've never been held up or had a problem with them. So my theory is that's what I'm about. It's about service and the relationship, and it's been fantastic.
It's very important to maintain long-term customers' loyalty and give back what you can when you can.
Great Southern Fuels is one of the few companies that I've been involved with that gives so much back to the local community. We support so many different organisations and country, sporting clubs, field days, farming organisations.
We endeavour to give back. The community looked after us by dealing with us, and we just gave it back in what we could do. Footy club needs a hand, well, it's because they need a hand that you give it to, not the other way around.
When you look at how they conduct themselves in the community, they've been a great supporter of the Livestock Transporters Association. Just incredible what they do.
They do a lot for the community, which is good. And not only late race either, it's right through where all these outlets are all over the state. He's been excellent with that.
We tend to sponsor major events, the Great Southern Football Carnival, Colts Carnival.
Across the board, I think sponsorships are a very important part of any community. I grew up in Lake Grace and footy was my life down there for a long time. Great Southern sponsored Lake Grace back then, and along with many other footy clubs and hockey clubs and tennis clubs, and we might not always be making a big deal out of it, but the people that get sponsored, they understand and they relate to it.
They do a lot for the town, so I can't fault them. They've been brilliant.
Great Southern Fuels have got strong values, and that shows in what they do. They walk the talk and they do what they do.
You deal with people that are there and care about your business, and these people have been absolutely wonderful.
I'm very proud of what Mum and Dad have achieved in their life and how they've structured the business, and it's all structured around our customers and looking after people and being in the right areas where we need to sell the fuel and have the support there and sponsorship, being part of the community, even though we're not in that community, but our workers are there and that's part of us.